A week before the presidential election rerun, the lakeside city of Kisumu was awash with security personnel. The all too familiar smell of tear gas filled the air, burning tires, the persistent wail of sirens. Pro-opposition demonstrators will spend days on the streets running battles, and sometimes violent altercations became a staple of the protests.
Demonstration in the Luo as a robbery. When you go to other areas, demonstration is being treated as maybe as some kind of wedding show.
By the time the August election storm had swept by, over 100 cases of police brutality had been reported. Political, community and church leaders all equating it to ethnic profiling here in Nyanza region.
Kondele police station does not host GSUs. And once you have brought these GSUs around and nobody can even talk to them, then already you have also provoked us.
But what really happened during the elections? Did the police service turn into a force as alleged?
If it is not genocide, if it is not ethnic profiling, if it is not.
On this episode of Behind the Headlines, we take you to the front lines of the demos to hear the voices of the protesters. And the police.
Now, 13 members shy.
At Kondele, Kisumu, one of the main sites for the political protests, it is calm and deserted for now. At Nightingale Hospital, a private hospital at the heart of the slum area, children who have borne the brunt of the protests lie helpless. A 12-year-old girl is paralyzed on one side of her body. She cannot walk properly. A tear gas canister thrown outside her compound while playing left her lying down. She is in so much distress, she cannot look at the lenses of our camera. Her grandmother tells us that she is her only family. Her parents passed away. In the next room sits another 12-year-old boy with head trauma. Crispin Ochieng was knocked down by a vehicle outside his compound. He has been in hospital for a week. But the nurses have been on strike and the services have been strained at the main public hospital, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital.
Tiagas ikablota tukaanza kukimbia. By bad luck, Crispin akagongwa na gari amekufa kwa barabara. Hivyo tu nikatoka tu mbio. Nikamuuliza na wapi, ati Nyalenda Estate.
The family can no longer afford the charges. They are discharging him to recuperate at home, despite the doctor's opinion to stay.
Niango naona tu tena hii mambo ya demonstration, yani waende kwa dialogue, waone vile watatusaidia wananchi, because ni sisi watu wa chini ndio tunaumia.
Together with his guardians, Crispin Ochieng walks through the same path. He was hit by a vehicle during the demonstrations. Children here who have survived this type of trauma, responding with the strength most adults would struggle to gather. After the declaration of President Uhuru Kenyatta as the winner of the presidential poll in August 8 election, cases of injuries, deaths, all linked to alleged police brutality has been on the rise. At the heart of Kisumu Central Business District, CBD, Juakali Street, faces of gleam-eyed Juakali artisans, some flexing their muscles, others with grease down their overalls, hide an untold story of a community of motor spare dealers and mechanics who also form a majority of frontline demonstrators in Kisumu.
If Raila says that please stay indoors, we will stay indoors.
If we say today is the great-great-grandmother of demonstrations in this country, we will be out for that great-great-grandmother of demonstration.
Inside one of the yards sits pockets of youth under a shade. They are listening to their leader, Jacob Kupeko, the chairman of the Juakali Artisan Community.
They are treating demonstration in Luo as a robbery. When you go to other areas, demonstration is being treated as maybe as some kind of wedding show.
The agenda today is to plan for what they believe is premeditated police brutality towards the community.
Mimi kama binafsi nalipa tax. Na hii tax hainisaidii. Hii tax inaenda inasaidia wengine, sisi tunabaki hapa. Hii task yangu ndio wanalipa na mapolisi wanakuja kutuua hapa. Hata hii bunduki ambayo yanaua watoto wetu, hizi mabunduki na hizi risasi, ni pesa yangu. Na ni kitu chungu kama pesa yako inakuja tena na uwa mtoto yako kwa mlango.
When the sun dips into the horizon and the Kisumu's infamous heat settles down, in the slums, children hold placards with a picture of one of their friends. They are trying to raise money for the burial of Michael Okoth. Many here say he's the face of police brutality in Kisumu.
Alafu alikuwa ananunua ice. Alinunua ice ya 5 bob. Alafu polisi wakatoka huku kama watu wanakimbia. Na Mike akikimbia hakujua kondele vizuri. Sasa nilisikia tu alipigwa risasi.
Sasa unajua kumshuta akaanguka. Sasa vile alianguka wakaanza kumkatakata. Sasa hiyo kumkatakata ndio ilifanya watu wakaanza kupiga kelele. Wakiona watu wanakuja sasa, watu wengi, sasa ndio wakaingia kwa gari, wakapita kwa mguu yake na hiyo Land Cruiser yao.
We track down Audi Ogada, a former gang leader who says is now a reformed and born-again Christian and also a human rights activist in Kisumu. Ogada commanded the dreaded Baghdad Boys, which he says was a political tool formed in 1992 to agitate for the clamor for multi-party democracy in Kenya. But with the gang turning into violent crime, Ogada chose to live and save his life.
That's me. That's Ogada. And I've come far with this. What we see is actually pointing at that. And I have no doubt, absolutely, to say that it is not ethnic profiling. It is definitely ethnic profiling. Because one, again, these demos are taking place in other counties. There are demos in Mombasa, there are demos in Kakamega, there are demos in Bungoma, there are demos in Busia, there are demos in Nairobi. Why then all these demos? Huh? The police are not using the kind of force, the kind of firearm that they are using. And remember, Timothy, that there is no law in this country, no law that allows police to use live firearm.
Today, he says he's now compiling cases of police brutality in Kisumu. He shows me pictures on his phone, bloody pictures of gunshot wounds. He points to one of them where a young boy is lying down, blood dripping from his neck, signs of a deep cut. Audi says police shot him and tried to remove the bullet lodged in. The boy, they say, is Michael Okoth.
A Form 4 student being killed, and then police take a knife and slit the throat to remove the cartridge. It's very unfortunate. It is not, if it is not genocide, if it is not ethnic profiling, if it is not extrajudicial killing, then I don't know what it is.
Officers to restrain using live arms, and hardly will we use live arms. We have water cannons, we have tear gas, and all we are asking is them to be law-abiding.
The narrative is persistent. At Migosi area, famously known as Car Wash, sits another group.
Serikali ndio inaweka Wakenya hostage. Sana sana Kisumu bana tumewekwa hostage. Hata wale mapolisi tuko nayo hapa kila siku, wale tunakula nao, tunanao soko moja, duka moja, tunakunywa nao highway, pia wanatupiga hapa baadaye. Na wezi wakajua kama wale waliletwa hapa wameenda, tutabaki tu nao the same, tutasema the same shop, soko moja na kila kitu.
They call themselves Bunge la Wananchi, the People's Assembly. Both the old and the young sit to chart a way forward.
Saa 11 sharp, mvua ilikuwa inanyesha kidogo. Wengine wametokea Chakalika hivi, kuingia wanaingia kwa baya Ugweno. Wanapiga bucha, wanapiga tu na hiyo kichwa ya bunduki na kio inaanguka chini. Wanachukua bamba reo. Nini? Paja ya ng'ombe. Wanafanya nini? Wanaenda naye.
Maurice Ali says the fight for reforms has left scars in most of their members.
Sisi ndio tunaanza kupata vile watu wanafanya nini? Huyu bado anaenda hospitalini. Unaona? Hii ni kazi ya polisi. Na huyu mtu akona family, watoto wanaenda, mwingine anaenda university, mwingine na nifundia mjengo tu.
Ali tells us of the anger and frustration that have left the youth in a dilemma of whether to trust and work with the police. The anti-electoral demonstrations will usually start in the CBD led by Kisumu Governor Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o and then back to Kondele area. But members here say that most of the cases have happened outside the CBD.
Siku mbili before tuende demonstration, atujaenda demonstration, mapolisi wote walikaa kwa barabara wakituzuia tusiende NCBD. Nikuulize, Kondele ni NCBD? Hapa ni NCBD? Manyata ni NCBD? Mamboleo si NCBD? Mbona wanatukuja wanatuweka hostage Kondele ili tusi-practice our right in a constitution which is allowed for constitution to demonstrate.
When Behind the Headlines returns, we found out how the uncomfortable debate of police brutality has found its place in the holy places.